Well, now we're going to talk a little bit more about type and see how well you know type. So we're going to play the Millionaire Game. All right, which unit is commonly used to measure type? A, points, B, inches, C, centimeters, D, picas? It's points. Remember, it's from the top of the ascender with a little space to the bottom of the descender. Think of the slug. All right, so how do you measure leading? From the top of the ascender to the bottom of the descender? B, depth of the X? C, baseline to baseline? Or D, baseline to ascender? Correct. Baseline to baseline. All right. Define kerning. Is it A, moving text up and down? B, letter spacing? C, changing the baseline? Or D, visual spacing between letters? You're correct if you got D. All right. Vertical type should be right justified, left justified, center justified, or D, A, B, or C. Hmm. You're correct if you got C. It should be center justified. Vertical type should not be more than what? 2 characters? 4 characters? 5 characters? 7 characters? You are really pushing the limit if you have more than 7 characters. Define a font. A complete alphabet of one size, one typeface, and one style. Or B, a set of type slugs. Or C, type with bold letters or 7 characters. Which is it? A complete alphabet of one size, of one typeface, and one style. Okay, a family of typefaces is determined by the following. The color of the font, A. B, the size of the letters. C, various weights and styles. D, where they fall on the baseline. You're correct if you said C, various weights and styles. How does the X height affect type size? A, no effect. B, X takes up the same amount of space on all typefaces. C, it conveys the visual impact of the type size. And D, it affects the size of the descender. Oh, that was an easy one. All right, let's go on. The character of a typeface is determined by the following. The color of the font, A. B, the counter. X height, serifs, and weight. C, correct spelling. D, where the baseline falls. It's B. It's the counter, the X height, serifs, and weight all determine the character of a typeface. Okay, readability involves not only the typeface, but how it is set, size, measure, margins, etc. How you set the baseline, B, or C, what color the type is, or D, making the lines long enough. The answer is A, how it is set, size, measure, margins, etc. Okay, what units are used to measure documents? A, points and picas, B, inches, C, centimeters, or D, A, B, and C. There we go. A, B, and C. So it would be D. All right, what is tracking? A, letter spacing. B, adding or removing space evenly between characters. C, A and B. Or D, visually adding or removing space between characters. You're correct if you say A and B. All right. So I hope you did well on this, and we'll get on with the rest of our type lesson. Goodbye.